So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Okay, so one of my favorite sponsors in the world is on the show today. These guys have just grown like crazy because they help you to be a better version of yourself. Blinkist, and they help you do it in less than 15 minutes. I think that's why it works. It's brilliant. Check out Blinkist, Blikist, Blinkist.com/boost to get 25% off and a 7-day free trial. Blinkist.com/boost. I got to tell you, it's not every day that I can begin a podcast this large all over the world, and begin the podcast speaking right now as a big elk walks across the mountain stream in front of me. That's what happens when you're podcasting from the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Pretty crazy. It's the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com. The positive boost you need every single day is what this is all about. A positive boost. So you get out of bed and you wonder, well, what am I going to do? What was I doing yesterday? What am I going to do tomorrow? What do I got to do to get from today to tomorrow? To string yesterday and today and tomorrow together. How do I do that? Keep a positive attitude and find the right things to happen. That's what this is all about. You stand up, you take a step, and you repeat until you get what you want, and you don't stop till you get there. And that's what today's show is going to be all about. Glad to have you here today. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Yeah. Hanging out. We're actually just right outside the entrance to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park here in Cherokee, North Carolina, for a couple of days anyway, until we decide where we're going to go next. Is have a bit of a nomadic summer, kind of drifting with the wind a little bit. It's kind of interesting just to take a breath and drift with the wind. I haven't done that for a long time, although starting to get inklings of maybe wanting to get grounded again. We'll begin to talk about that there in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. Our sponsor today is one of my favorites. If you're not using them, you're kind of silly. I mean it in the nicest, cutest, finest way, okay? You're just kind of silly. Because I know you want to be a better version of yourself, right? That's why you're here. Well, the fastest way to do that is learning something new, a new topic, a skill, revisiting one you've learned before in the past, maybe getting up to speed on something new, maybe something everybody's talking about. You can broaden your horizons. You can boost your self-esteem and success, too. That's where Blinkist, the app, comes in. Blinkist. They take the top nonfiction titles, they pull out the key takeaways, they put them into text and audio explainers, they call them blinks, and they give you the most important information in just 15 minutes. Use Blinks to learn about philosophy and history and science, or deep dive into psychology, health and nutrition, personal growth. They've got thousands of titles, 27 categories of the world's best knowledge to choose from. If you're a podcast person like I am, you might like the shortcasts as well. You can cover the best stuff in podcasts really fast. Lately, I've been enjoying Blinkist, just kind of sitting around the campfire or sitting at the dinette here in the motorhome. Summer adventure we're on right now. 2 recommendations, my morning routine, and how to make people like you in 90 seconds or less. Check them out. Right now, Blinkist has a special offer just for you. Go to Blinkist.com/boost and start your free 7-day trial and get 25% off a Blinkist premium membership. That's Blinkist, spelled Blinkist, Blinkist.com/boost to get 25% off and a 7-day free trial. Blinkist.com/boost. So how many times have you overcomplicated simple? Stephen Jobs used to talk about that. He said it's really difficult to be simple because people, they come up with a simple concept and they all sit down and talk about it. They get in a room and they talk and they suddenly bring in layers of complication. My eyes roll when that happens. I hate that. How do we get from simple to complicated? You got to work really hard to get through simple, to get through the complication and get it back to simple. How many times have you done that to yourself? So a little bit of a disclaimer here before I begin. I'm nomadic this summer. My wife and I, 2 cats and a dog, are drifting in the beautiful Winnebago Cambria. By the way, somebody recognized me on the highway the other day. He blew us away. I'm a trucker. Pulled over. We were talking about it. It was kind of cool. We decided to be nomadic. And the reason we did was not because I could sell my house and make a lot of money, move out, and maybe go find someplace cool to live. That wasn't it really. It was part of it, I guess. But really, it's that I had built a good business. We've done this podcast 15 years. I've got a big business. I've got lots of complication. And by and large, it's about 80% exactly what I want. But it had gotten a little complicated. And frankly, I was showing up every single day going, what am I going to do now? What's going to excite me? Where am I going to go? What's going to happen? But you can't figure things out from where you are. You have to kind of break. So that's what I did. I said, let's go nomadic. Let's figure it out. Let's make some white space. And let's get back to the core basics. If you ever want to know anything that drives me, here it is. I appreciate more than anything in life opportunity, mobility, and growth. That's it. Some of these little towns I've been driving through as I've been touring the East Coast, these little stagnant towns sitting in the middle of the South, I'm like, I could never live here. Are you kidding me? And that's not to put them down. It's just I'm not driven by that. I'm driven by opportunity. I'm driven by moving on. I'm driven by looking at newer, bigger, better things that excite me. And I had gotten to the point where I wanted to make things a little more exciting for myself. Now, I don't have the answer quite yet, but it's getting close. I can tell you that. So I hit the road looking for white space, looking to feed that thing inside of me that says, where's that next growth opportunity for you? What gets you excited? What gets you out of bed every single day? What gets you rocking the world? It's not a daily podcast. I love doing this. I love helping you. But, it's hard to show up every single day and do this. It is. I do it for myself as I do it for you. But it's difficult sometimes. So let's get back to this complicated thing. The reason I started this program back in 2005 was because I knew it was difficult. I knew that motivation to move had to focus on that thing, that simple recipe of success: stand up, take a step, repeat. Because that's where people fall down. Started out on a Monday, drop out on a Thursday, get fat on the weekend, do it all over again. That's what happens. So I knew that we had, now most people poo-poo it. I don't think that's God. Give me the trick. Give me the roadmap. Give me the thing right now to happen. No, if you don't do it every single day consistently, you're not going to win. That's what this program's all about. You don't like that truth, this is not the program for you. You show up every single day, messed up yesterday, messed up the day before, messed up tomorrow. I don't care. We try to get it right today. That's what we do. My way of thinking was, if you stand up and take a step and repeat, everything else will take care of itself. And I've been proven right again and again and again. Ask any successful person on the freaking planet, and they'll say, you keep trying, right? Well, no, I got kind of tired about that. I don't have time for that stuff. Neither do you. Keep trying until you get what you want. I'm a little passionate today. Can you tell? I'm hitting a different mindset after hanging out in the woods for a couple of weeks now. I got to tell you, I've been doing a lot of thinking. If you find yourself the ability on a Monday to get up and get moving, how do you keep that momentum going forward? That's what we're going to talk about today. That simplicity. Okay, Gary Keller wrote a book called The One Thing. It's one of my favorite books. It came out about the time as essentialism. Depending on where you are, if you're kind of a woo-woo kind of person, essentialism is going to speak to you. If you're a regular, real person like me with a little bit of woo-woo inside of you, well, more than a little, but more of a balanced understanding, I would say, I like The One Thing. But he says, success is not sequential. It's not simultaneous or sequenced. But he says, success is sequential, not simultaneous. In other words, it's not about doing everything at one time. That's what people do when they started out on a Monday and decide they're going to do their homework too, plus make some extra money and say, I love you to your wife and your kids. And then you forget by Tuesday. That's what happens, okay? It's about having one success at a time, getting a good habit going, getting something happening, build a good foundation. So when you stand up and take a step and repeat, I can tell you this right now. You are guaranteed to have more success than the average human. Guaranteed. Money back. I promise you. If you will stand up and take a step and repeat and keep going until you get what you want, you will have more success than almost anybody around you. If you're going to be an average human and you don't stand up, you're not going to have any success. If you stand up, you don't take a step, no success. Stand up, take a step, and then don't repeat, limited success. Stand up and take a step and repeat and then don't keep going because you get frustrated, because it gets difficult, because it gets hard. Frustration is all that is. But let me tell you what happens. You're guaranteed success when you stand up, take a step, and repeat. But when you define your focus and you keep it really simple, the world changes. When you decide that you're tired of complication, you're tired of the necessary societal complication, the agendas being thrown at you by your friends and your family and your boss and the news and everybody else, when you're tired of that, and you just focus it down on the simple, you get through the complicated mess and bring it back to simple, you can only succeed. How do we do that? Well, Gary Keller again, go back to him. He had a great question in the book. If you haven't read it, I suggest you go buy the book. Give him some money, okay? I never like to take anybody's stuff, but it's really helped me, so I like to share it. Ask the question that if you're willing to stand up and take a step and repeat, and I hesitate to say this, but if you're willing to do that, just before you do, and I hate to say that because it's fixing to get ready, right? I want you to just go. But if you're going to stand up, take a step and repeat, take a second and ask the one question Gary poses. What one thing can you do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? If you have not heard that question, listen very closely. One thing you can do that if you did that, everything else is either easier or you don't freaking have to do it. How powerful is that? Well, it's that. It changed my life. And the best things in life continue to change your life. There's nothing new in this personal development, personal growth, productivity, motivational kind of thing. People have been around a long time, thousands of years. It's just getting said differently these days. Don't believe anybody who tells you there's something brand new in it. Humans are humans, and it is what it is. Simple is simple. Keep it simple. It'll work for you. I love simple because it works. Simple question. Do not overcomplicate the answer. Don't do it. Take the time to find the absolute focus of what you want to do, and then stand up, take a step, and repeat. The reward for your persistence is simple. Massive progress and satisfaction. And by the way, well, thank you very much for allowing me to kind of be over the top here just a little bit. That's okay. I care. But I don't. But I do. It's good stuff. Take it. Run with it. Have a good time. Listen to it 16 times. That's good for you. I'm coming back tomorrow. Who knows what's going to happen, but maybe more elk in the river will inspire me even more. See you then. Bye.